Bulls come out flat in Boston, fall to Celtics 115-101. Buzelis led the Bulls with 26 points on 9 of 12 shooting, but it wasn't enough as the Bulls fell behind as many as 23 points in Boston on Monday night. Boston has been known for its heroes, especially the likes of Samuel Adams, Paul Revere, General Nathanael Greene, and John Hancock during the Revolutionary War's siege of Boston and Bunker Hill. But for its unsung warriors as well, like black militiamen Salem Poor and Peter Salem and private physician Joseph Warren, who all responded bravely and effectively even as the attention focused on others. And so it was similarly on Monday in Boston, when with Jayson Tatum out for the season and sidekick Jaylen Brown dragging through a brutal 6 for 24 shooting game, the Boston Celtics' unexpected heroes in a 115-101 rout of the Bulls, reminiscent of the British evacuating Boston, were reject centers Neemias Queta and Luka Garza, longtime reserves Sam Hauser and Payton Pritchard, and Anfernee Simons, whom the Celtics reportedly have been trying to offload to reduce a tax penalty. But Simons scored 27 points, Pritchard 21 and Queta 13 points and 13 rebounds as the Celtics led 31-14 after the first quarter, and by 21 points at halftime, in holding the Bulls to a dismal 33 first-half points, and, well, forget it. There aren't always runs in the NBA. It all wasn't exactly revolutionary as the Bulls' record dropped to 17-19. The Bulls did have a brief skirmish left in them, getting within 10 points late in the fourth quarter, with a Nikola Vucevic offensive rebound score and a three from Buzelis, who led the Bulls with 26 points. But Vucevic was worn out by the Celtics' undervalued big men, Boston with a debilitating 26-12 margin in second-chance points, 14-2 in the first half when statements were made. And the Bulls never did reduce their deficit below double figures the last 3 quarters. Boston's defensive play, even as they are not a very big team, stalled any Bulls' fast breaks. The Celtics had a narrow edge in fast break points and collected a valuable 19 points from Bulls turnovers. The Bulls' poor shooting continued from the Charlotte loss Saturday when the Bulls missed 17 consecutive shots in one stretch. It was a dozen straight in the second quarter Monday with the Bulls seeing the whites of the Celtics' eyes right in their faces. Though the Celtics were equally and surprisingly inept from 3, Brown and Derek White, a combined 2 of 16 on threes. The overlooked Pritchard, Hauser, and Simons, however, were a combined 15 of 28. Boston shot 38% on threes and the Bulls 35%. With Josh Giddey still missing with his hamstring strain and Bulls bigs Zach Collins and Jalen Smith out, Kobe White did return from his third episode with a calf issue. But in 25 measured minutes off the bench he had but 5 points. It's pretty tough when you are in and out of the lineup, and knowing you can only play a certain amount of minutes, and you're out there and you look up and, man, all I got is 2 minutes left and I know I'm coming out. It's tough, said White, but it is what it is. I try to keep a positive perspective. I'm happy I'm out there, but it is challenging to get a rhythm as a player. I felt fine, White said. I didn't think about the calf. This year has been such a roller coaster with me being in and out, and just when I feel I'm getting in a rhythm playing consecutive games. It was my first game back. Not putting too much on it. I'll figure it out. Because I always do. My resume speaks for itself. I may not figure it out right away, but I'll figure it out. The Bulls could use some figuring it out with the trading deadline approaching, trade talks around the NBA heating up with several more top players available in trade January 15, and the Bulls apparently defaulting between waiting for the injured reinforcements to make a run toward the playoffs or trying to cash in expiring contracts for draft picks or untested players to provide more bandwidth for the summer talent referendum. They're just relentless in terms of attacking the glass. White admitted about the Bostonians. Everybody goes, and they've been doing it all year. That's one of the things they hang their hat on. You could tip your cap, as it were, though I don't often see NBA players wearing hats. The Celtics, with the expected season-long loss of Tatum, and then offloading stars from their 2024 championship season like Drew Holiday, Al Horford, and Kristaps Porzingis, weren't expected to be particularly competitive this season. But they've rebuked the doubters with both improvisation and inspiration, Brown's breakout Be the Man starring season, and the committed and relentless effort that forms a tapestry of basketball excellence. The Celtics are 23-12 and second in the Eastern Conference to the Detroit Pistons, whom the Bulls visit on Wednesday. We got a ton of open threes and open looks and they just didn't fall, and some nights it's just going to be like that, White offered. Obviously, the offensive rebounding for them really hurt us. I mean, we still only gave up like 114, and such as it's come to in the NBA when 114 points is good defense. Well, maybe oak defense. Though perhaps not intolerable, like the British response to the Tea Party that ultimately and inexorably united the Bostonians. These Bostonians, though about fully recognizable wearing white jerseys instead of green, sabotaged the Bulls' efforts from the first shot, or really the first offensive rebound. It was an auspicious foreshadowing when on the Celtics' second possession after a Brown missed Queta, grabbed 3 offensive rebounds on the same possession until finally making a tip and score. Queta was essentially a G-leaguer for 4 years with Sacramento and the Celtics, and now yet another diabolical big man in this big man whisper organization. The Celtics have been preternatural in unearthing dissonant big men and making them productive, like Queta is backup Garza, unable to play much for Detroit or Minnesota, and one-time Bull Luke Cornett, now a savior for the tactical Spurs. The Bulls gave rookie Laxland Ulbrich a few minutes with Smith and Collins out, but had to endure mostly with guard lineups. Ayodesunmu did have another bright effort with 15 points off the bench. Vucevic did have 15 points minus 13 in the fourth quarter, with 15 rebounds and 7 assists, but without the defensive ethos of Collins and Smith, it just was too easy for the charismatic Celtics scorers to get those pull-ups in the lane. Buzelis matched what he could, 9 for 12 shooting and 3 of 4 threes. "I just go out and hoop," said Buzelis. "I just got out and played basketball and try to be the best player I can be in every possession. Play hard, and I believe in our team. We're great. We're all really connected. It's only year 2 for me. I know it's not an excuse, but I'm still getting comfortable out there playing against grown men, and it was just a matter of time. Learning new things every day and working hard. Still incubating a bit and turning up the heat in the lab. It will hatch." But there was a first quarter Boston 17-3 surge in there, the Bulls 2 of 21 on threes at one point in the first half, a 24-second violation out of a timeout. Isaac Okoro shooting the most threes among the starters, and this all becoming so anticlimactic. There just never was the high ground to find for these Bulls is this siege.